We're making roasted vegetable rice salad. First. And it's on here. Someone turn the fan on. Can you hear my fan? Can you hear my fan? Okay, first thing I did is 425. I put the oven on bake. I have a old sheet pan right here. I'm kind of using some ends and odds that I have in the kitchen already, which is like some old onions that I'm going to dice up. I have a zucchini, bell peppers, some tomatoes, herbs that I usually have, basil, like usually grow. Always have parsley. I'm doing an eggplant, and then I'm going to make a dressing with it. All right, so we're going to chop up some onions. Just like a rough chop will do, because you want kind of big pieces, nothing super uniform. It's going to get roasted. If you do too small, it'll shrivel. So these, put them in there. Hopefully I don't drop any. My dog doesn't eat any onions and dice. Probably easier if it's bring it to me. Now I'm going to cut up some zucchini or squash. I think it's squash. Call it zucchini. I'm going to call it zucchini squash, because they look the same to me but different colors. But I'm sure there's some scientific difference other than the colors. So I'm going to do kind of chunky cuts of that as well. You want things to be kind of similar in size so that when they're roasting, that one doesn't burn and the other one not cook. So just going to do that. Keep dicing it up, toss it in, and then keep going. I know if you look at my food page, you might notice that I cook a lot of pastas and a lot of things with a lot of cheese, and I really enjoy those, but sometimes I make healthy food too. Like this is a great meatless Monday option, but it's just, with all these veggies and stuff, you kind of don't miss chicken or beef or pork or whatever. So, as we all can probably use a little bit more vegetables in our lives. I love eggplant. It is so tasty, especially when it's covered in sauce and mozzarella and a little Parmesan cheese, but we're gonna keep it healthy and light this time. We're gonna do the same thing we do with those. We're gonna dice them so that they're all about the same size. So, as you know, eggplant is not one cylinder size, so you might have to chop a little differently as you get to the thick pot. All right, so we're gonna roast some tomatoes as well. I love these little, what are they called? Constellation summer tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. They're super colorful. They're very sweet when you roast them and cook with them. We're in summer, actually, like, I guess the end of summer, right? It's always summer in Southern California, let's be real. Oh my God. I just thought that was a fly on it and it scared the shit out of me. I was like, oh. Everyone has their own way of cutting a pepper. Some people like gently cut it with a paring knife. I just savagely go through it, rip it out, shake out the seeds, slam it down. But actually, we gotta go like this. But again, rustic cut, nothing fancy. So this is all in here. Now we're gonna olive oil it, salt and pepper and some seasoning. Eggplant soaks up olive oil very easily, so you want to be generous with it so it gets all the veggies, not just the eggplant. Don't be afraid to get messy. we're gonna season it up with a little garlic powder, Italian seasoning, a little za'atar, which I've been all about lately. Salt and pepper. Did you see that? I love garlic. It is my favorite thing ever. Oh, really? We didn't turn it fast? That was Italian seasoning, dried Italian seasoning. A little sprinkle of za'atar, which I will. Little salt, little sea salt. So I've been experimenting with salts lately. I used to use like the thick sea salt, hard rock sea salt, but I discovered that the fine sea salt is probably the best. There's like finishing salts and these fun salts out there. So if you see them, try them, see if you like them. Growing up, I just thought there was table salt. Didn't know there's this whole world of salts from all different places. Ooh. 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 Red pepper flakes. Oh boy. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, that was bad. Usually it takes me about 15 minutes to find a spice in there. I know. For me too. Give this a go. Nice and incorporated. Alright. Probably gonna need 2 trays for this because you don't want to overcrowd the trays. Otherwise the veggies will steam and they won't roast. Right, we're gonna put them in for about 35 minutes and you're gonna wanna switch the trays halfway through so that they cook evenly. The bottom tray is gonna block the heat to the top tray, so you wanna swap them out, give the veggies a little toss, and then, yeah, cook them for another 15 or so. Check them, see if they're where you want them to be. And when they are, you take them out. All right, it's been about 15 minutes. We're gonna check the veggies, give them a little toss, switch them out in the oven. Let's go. Let's make a vinaigrette. Okay. Bowl. A lemon. Roll it up. So I'm just going to use squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. This one doesn't seem to have too many seeds, so we're good. If your lemon is like kind of tight, pop it in the microwave for a few seconds and roll it. That should release some of the juice. We're going to do some olive oil, actually. Olive oil. Some red wine vinegar. You always want to do more oil than your vinegars. Three parts olive oil, 1 part vinegar. Dijon mustard because it makes every vinaigrette just tasty. That's what it is. Part of that. Some oregano because I put it in everything. I love it. A little onion powder. You could also put like a shallot in if you have it. Just dice it up real fine. Some more garlic powder. Because why not? It's my salad. I'll do what I want. Cracks of the pepper. Which is almost out. And you just want to whisk it really good. Olive oil and vinegar obviously separates. So you want to whisk it so that when you pull this out, you look at it. It's not separated anymore and it's going to stay together. There's a term for that. I don't know what it is. Taste it. See if it needs something. Maybe a little bit more olive oil. Actually pretty good. A little bit more olive oil, a little bit more salt. And it's just me and him, so double dip. Ooh. Alright, we're going to pour it over everything later when it comes out of the oven. The nice hot vegetables should soak this up. Also, if you cook and your kitchen doesn't look like a hot mess by then, are you doing it right? I don't know. So just use whatever fresh herbs you have. This is basil and parsley. Cilantro would be good in this. Marjoram. You know. So I should have started off telling you guys that ahead of time I cooked 1 cup of wild basmati rice. It's brown rice. I let it cool out. I'm actually going to pop it back in the microwave for a minute just to get it a little warm so it incorporates with everything. Yeah, so I'm going to do that and take my veggies out, add them back into the pan and get everything medleyed together. Can you see my bird lips? Bird! Spinach, just like a handful or so. Yeah, it's clean. Add to the bottom. The heat from the veggies, the rice, everything's going to kind of soften it, so it'll mix nicely. Right, I'm going to try to do this one-handed. And carpal tunnel. I'm a weak woman. Add my rice. Add my vindin. Add my herbies. I gotta get mixing. Now at this point you can leave it non-dairy, but I'm not gonna do that. So after I get this mixed in a little bit, got everything sitting, set it up, I'm gonna add a little bit of feta cheese, mix that as well. And then when I plate it, I'm gonna put some burrata on it because why not? It's burrata. It's delicious. If you've never had it, highly recommend it. What it's looking like. Try a little bit, see if it needs some seasoning. Smells good. Add a little bit more salt. Pepper. We are good to go. I'm just going to plate this up and make it look pretty. So the final thing you'll see is a picture of it all done up.